Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, we're looking at the first offensive series for the Rams in Super Bowl 53. We're really going to start to see if we can see the beginning of a defensive masterpiece for the Patriots, or really McVay's mistakes with some of these play calling and maybe Goff's performance, be able to peel that initial layer off exactly what happened in this Super Bowl. There were some scheme issues here. Come out with the naked. They love to do this out of tight splits. First two plays out of tight splits. The Patriots are ready for it. They knock off the flat runner, give Goff nothing in the flat, and he's got to just basically scrub it, throw it away right at the last second, be able to scrap together a 3rd and 8. And then here's another example of them being a little confused. Goff comes up, thinks he sees a too high safety, alerts to his head, changes the play. Goff's able to change sides. They don't really change the defense. This is a one high man. They're disguising it. And because of what Gurley's doing in the backfield, Goff ends up getting banged, hit. Reynolds got no chance catching this under coming across to the collision that he comes into. But there's all sorts of little nuanced things that we'll be able to talk about, be able to see the beginning of what the Patriots are doing scheme-wise that gave the Rams so much trouble during that game. So I'm excited about it. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, so here we are. They hustle up to the line, tight split like they always do or often do. Come up. They're just going to run outside zone here. So outside zone, Gurley getting to the edge, setting up the naked. They run the next play. So right here, he's just going to come, run this thing outside zone. We're actually going to see what I think is an illegal tackle here, just a little trip action. So what I mean by that, let it play out here. Watch Big Wit. He's trying to basically pull this guy down. The left foot sticks out. I don't know. Do we think that happens intentionally? I think it's not really a football movement. So we'll see if we can go back, see it exactly here. So you see him stop right there. You see that left foot stick out. I don't know. That's a trip to me. You might call it inadvertent because Big Wit's pulling him down right there. But that's a trip right out the gate. Penalty. Doesn't get called. Okay, this is what the Rams do offensively. A little outside zone. Scheme. Gurley. He's not going to get much after that. But he's going to get 5 yards, and he doesn't get it right there. So right out the gate, you're in all sorts of trouble. Things are going against you. See if we can see it again. See Big Wit there. Right here, this is the matchup we're watching. We're going to see defensive end right here engage as he gets pulled down. That left leg sticks out here, and we're able to see Gurley running this outside zone, try to get through that hole, get tripped up by it. But just those little things. This is right out the gate. This is the first play of the Super Bowl. We got a trip? You know, I don't know. I think you could make the argument that it's inadvertent. I think it's unnatural movement. But, all right. So we'll come back to the next one. Again, tight splits, what they do all the time. Now they're doing the same action here. Reynolds coming across. He's going to be coming out. And ideally, he'd be out in the flat. He'd be your number one option. You're going to have an over here. You're going to have I think someone takes off here. I want to say that they missed this block here on Van Noy. Actually, no, my mistake. So what happens is Woods is coming down. He's trying to get this defensive end. Doesn't get much of him because the defensive end is still able to get upfield. Now he doesn't get Goff, but he pressures him. He makes it hard for him. And then on the outside, we have this blow-off corner, which is really a clear route. So really you're trying to get this flat. This like slide flat out here in the flat. But what happens is as he comes across, tight formations, distorts things, you're going to come across. Van Noy is just going to sit here, and he's locked in. He sees it coming the whole way, collisions him, and now you got two guys out here. You got nobody in the flat, and you got two defenders out there covering the over. So this is just defensive masterpiece. This is getting schemed up. They're ready for this. They're all over this. They just saw it. You know, the play before, same action. Come across, boom. There's your number one read is sitting on his bottom. Got to hustle. He's able to make a good decision right at the last second, throw that ball away. But go back one more time here. And this is just a really bad feeling playing quarterback when you get this type of stuff happening to you. You come out the gate, and he's on his back. So, bummer. Scheme-wise, they're all over it. You know, is it a mistake to get into something that you do all the time? You know, this is how they won that overtime game. Putting Goff in naked situations, letting him make plays, but you got to be able to get your guys out. This is where you start seeing a defensive masterpiece again. Just so we're on the same page. Run it back just a little bit here, be able to see it. So they line up. Little 4-3 over with a wide linebackers. You're going to see the Benoit right here. He's the guy who's going to come in and really collision this over this little slide, used to calling it, but you can call it whatever you want. Basically just removing the guy who's normally in the flat, and that's the collision right there. So boom, he's off his gate. Now Woods right here, he's trying to get this defensive end. That's going to be an issue too. He's not going to get enough of him. It's going to make all sorts of pressure right here. Really bad feeling. Nice job by Goff being able to come out and scheme it up just a little bit to be able to get outside the edge. But then let's go back. Let's see if we can go all the way back to the wide here. I want to see now, when you start talking about game planning stuff, you're going to start talking about, now just imagine if there was a screen down here. Now every team has some variation of this. You come out, you fake the boot, come out, fake the boot, settle this right here, and then turn around for a screen. And instead of coming out, you come out, you get your depth, you hit the same action. Everything is the same. Sorry about that. Everything is the same. He's going to come across. He's going to block down. He's going to run the over or the clear. He's going to run the over. And then you come back and you set up this screen because you know what's going to happen back here. You know that they're going to be ready for the naked. So you come out the gate and screen them first. So just little things to see if you think it would have been there. It's easy, obviously, with the clicker to be able to say, oh, yeah, you absolutely should have come back and run a screen when they are all over your naked. But again, they ran a naked twice to win the game in overtime in the championship game. They're going to be ready for nakeds. They do all sorts of movement, boots, more than anybody, especially in these tight formations. So the Patriots were locked in, starting to see the elements of what is a defensive masterpiece for stopping the run and then stopping these type of naked throws. They got a plan right there. Put him on his bottom. Nice job by Goff just flicking it away right at the end. And then now we're in 3rd and long. And this is really the first time you see Goff getting a little confused. And it's not that he's confused. It's that their look. So he comes up right here. He's saying alert, alert. The reason he's doing that is we don't know what scheme they have on per se. But we know that this is a 2-safety look. It looks like 2-man across the board. So man, 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 man. The reality, though, is it's not. This is a single high look based on where Gurley is. So Gurley's on this side. This safety has him in man. He's just disguising it. So watch Gurley switch sides. So he switches sides. Comes over here after the shift. We see this safety come over and just settle down here. And because of the action, the 6-man pass protection, what I mean by that is, so Gurley switches sides. He comes over here. He's now in 6-man protection. He's looking across and isn't getting out fast enough. Isn't getting out fast enough. So all of a sudden, when he gets out on this little wide, this safety is here. He's over here now. He's just hanging here, ready for this little under shallow cross drive route. And because they miss an opportunity, I think they miss an opportunity here with this right here, this little like in route. In my opinion, this in route should get you a little rub right here. Now, granted, he's winning regardless. When I say he's winning, I mean this little under is winning with this trail guy across the field. But still, because this safety is just hanging here, he's able to then collision him because Gurley doesn't get out fast enough scheme-wise because it's a 6-man pass protection. Imagine this play. We'll run it back a couple times. Imagine this play where if he just exits immediately. Then you get this safety who comes across when he switches sides. He'll be out of there. He'll be up here. And then you can throw this little drive without a safety coming through and giving you issues. So then we'll talk about the pass pro and why Goff gets hit here. Again, all sorts of offensive line issues right at the gate. They obviously struggled all day to protect him as well as they've been protecting him in the past. But this isn't that complicated of a movement. This is just a little TT with a mic. So you see the collision. One more time. You see the collision. You're able to see that under come across. Watch Gurley. He's late getting out because he's checking pass pro. Come across. That safety's in a collision. He's going to drop it regardless, but I think he feels it, and we'll see exactly why. There's the alert from Goff. He's changing the play. You see the safety come across when Gurley's changes sides. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about pass pro. So, again, 3rd down, really important pass pro. Obviously, Super Bowl. So, 6-man pass protection. So, these 5 and Gurley are basically against 5 right here. These 5. Okay? from what's going on. Now, Gurley, you can see him eyeballing. He's checking over here because there's guys close to the line of scrimmage. But it's essentially, so we got a 4-man slide. So these 4 guys are sliding to take care of these 4. Okay? So what happens is this Mike, what we get going scheme-wise here, is they get a little TT. So he's coming this way. A little delay. He's laid off the ball. He's the guy who ends up coming around free. But it's because this Mike also is coming around free. Not coming around free. He's coming around. So it's a little, that's not the greatest drawing in the world. It's a little complex, but it's the action of the Mike coming across and then this little TT. And scheme-wise, why it's open is because these guys can't stay at the same level. So the center and left guard need to be working, kicking, whatever you want to call it, pass setting back at the same level to be able to pass this off. So they need to be able to pass this off, and they can't pass it off because he ends up getting so much penetration like they do all day. The left guard is not getting enough depth, so he can't pass it off with the left center, and we'll watch the right guard. He's tracking the whole way, but when he comes back, this Mike is running all the way around. So he's out of there, and it creates this gap right here. It creates a gap that then this tackle is able to run through, and it just, this is a really bad feeling when you're playing quarterback, throwing an under. So essentially you got this dude running a free runner on you, just basically on a TT right up the A gap while you're throwing essentially just a little drive route or shallow. So this is a bad feeling playing quarterback like this, but this is not, this is getting schemed up. This is offensive, this is defensive masterpiece. This is the elements of them just being able to scheme you up. And really watch that right guard one more time. You're able to see his eyes, left. He's tracking the Mike. The guy runs right through him because the left guard and center aren't on the same level. So they need to be getting depth at the same level. They don't. Left guard's trapped. All of a sudden, all bad. Now, he drops it before the collision out there on that under. But again, this is just pass pro. This is tough stuff. This is complicated stuff. But again, you're able to see, can't pass it off, and you got a runner running right at your face. I mean, take it back and just appreciate what this is like. He's going to throw that ball. He's throwing that ball right there. And that's a bad feeling. So, again, first 3 plays, only 3 plays, but we can start to see the genesis, the structure, the scaffolding about what this defensive masterpiece really looked like from the Patriots, and where the Rams probably made some mistakes as well about different pass pro issues, about getting into nakeds a little too early with the same formations, tight formations that you always see them use. So is it a defensive masterpiece? Are there some McVay mistakes? Yeah, it's both. It's a complicated thing. This is only first 3 plays, super small sample size, but hopefully there are some elements where we can start to learn from, start to see exactly what was happening here at the line of scrimmage, down the field, complicated looks. And so, but at the same time, it's just the first series, but you got to be able to come back and make those adjustments that they just weren't able to make. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the new rig, the new content, a little slow motion, a new intro to my diehards out there. So appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a subscription if you haven't already. Get over to the Patreon community too. Sign up for that. More in-depth, long-form analysis. Also get a couple koozies if you sign up. So I appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about the video. Have a good one.